playing, those that are sitting on the bench, I think there's more coaches on the sideline than there are kids on the bench. But apparently there was a game where every single coach, except for two, and I'm not even sure that's even including the team moms. Not even sure that's including the team moms. But every single coach other than two were tossed out of the game. And like I said, this is just based on conjecture seen on social media. So I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true. But the premise of it, the concept of it, is something I think needs to be discussed. I think it's something that we need to look at. It's something that needs to be answered. What should happen to that coaching staff? Now, if you got one that gets tossed, okay, you chalk it up to emotion. Maybe you said the wrong thing to the referee. Maybe he was just got a little too much into that game. Gets tossed out of the game. Okay, everybody else calms down. I don't know which team. And perfectly, I'm not going to say. Even if I did know, I wouldn't say. But I don't know what team it was. It was just something that came across. Because here's my issue with this whole thing. And it kind of goes back to what I said earlier about us getting back to why we do what we do here in youth football and youth sports to begin with. And people, I've already got two people that said suspend them. And that's all fine and dandy. But here's my problem with this. You get one coach who gets tossed, yeah, we're going to suspend him. He's going to lose the game. He's going to sit out for a couple weeks. But when you get an entire coaching staff, and like I said, let's be honest, we're probably talking about 8 coaches on the sideline, so at least 6 of those 8. And again, I'm just making conjecture here. I don't know how many there were there. For all I know, there was 4, and 2 of them got tossed. I don't know. But the way it came across, we're talking an entire coaching staff other than 2. We're tossed out of this football game. So is a suspension enough? I get you suspend all those coaches. You suspend them all. Yeah, because my issue is what kind of example are they setting? If all of these coaches got tossed out of this game, number one, what the heck did they do? Number 2, you're telling me there wasn't a single one of them that could keep a cool head? And number 3, what are they teaching the kids? What are they teaching our children? Look, let's be honest, folks. We're already under attack. Youth football is under attack. We're already fighting for our lives just in the safety aspect alone. Now, you're going to take the emotional aspect, you're going to take the aspect that really shouldn't even be there to begin with, and that is interjecting the adult attitudes. And throw that in the mix now. Oh, well, youth football is not safe for our kids because the adults can't seem to control themselves. Charles Neely makes a great point. He says, doesn't sound like much on what it was they did. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was a referee who was just, maybe the referee was hot-headed. Maybe if you just questioned the call, he threw a flag and kicked you out of the game. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of it. I just know what happened. But this is just a discussion. I mean, we've seen what's happened in the past in certain games. You know, we've all been a part of it. We've all seen it. What do we need to do to make this a better experience for our kids? As coaches, what is our responsibility? 979-353-4955. 4421. That's the number to call. Be a part of the show. Tell me what you think on this. What are your thoughts on this? 979-353-4421. If you end up with a literally an entire staff of coaching that gets tossed out of a football game, what kind of steps need to be taken? What needs to be looked at here? Do we just suspend them and say, okay, yeah, slap on the wrist, you don't get to go to the next game. We'll see you the weekend after next. What do we do about this? Because this is not the first time. And this kind of goes in line with just people losing their minds. These adults losing their minds over a youth football game. Losing their minds over a youth football game. Last night I did a show, and we were talking about these national rankings, and it all came back to the adults once again. It all came back to the adults once again. I don't believe in the national rankings. I don't. I do not understand how they can nationally rank a team and say they're the number 1, number 2, number 3 best team in the nation. And the majority of their games are just in their home state or their little league that they're playing in or what have you. But the bad part about it is I don't see any of the kids barking it up, talking it up, putting out their chest. It's the adults. It's the adults. And I got to be honest with you. I've watched some of these coaches. I coached in Taifa. I've coached in youth football. I've been involved in Taifa for 18, 19 years now. Since 1999, 2000, I've been involved with Taifa. I've coached on the sidelines. I've been there. I've never been tossed out of a game. But I've seen you coaches. I've seen these coaches, some of these coaches, not all of them, but I've seen some. That I'm telling you, I think they're out there coaching youth football because they think it's a good thing to put on their resume for the next level to become the next great high school head coach or the next great junior college or NCAA Division I coach. Last time I checked, there wasn't a youth coach. There was not a youth coach ever. And if I'm wrong, by all means, let me know. But I tell you what, I have never heard of someone coaching in youth football that was up for or has been offered a coaching position at a Division I college, that has been offered a coaching position in the NFL. To be honest, I don't know many youth coaches that have been offered a coaching position in a high school level, unless that is what they do and it's just something they're doing on the side. I guess my only thought is calm down. Calm down. It's a youth football game. We're here providing this opportunity for the kids to learn and play the game of football, maybe learn something in their lives, have a positive influence in their life, and have a group of adults that they can look up to as mentors and can embody their actions and place it in their own lives and how they act in certain situations. So, Coach, think about it. Next time a referee throws a flag because of a holding call and you don't like it and you go running on the field, yelling and screaming at the referee to the point that he throws a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct and it eventually kicks you out of the game. and then one of your players gets upset, sees you, gets upset, takes his helmet off, throws it on the ground, and yells some obscenity at the referee. Ask yourself, where did he learn that from? Where did he learn that from? That's something that we as adults got to keep in the back of our minds. Something we've got to keep in the back of our minds of what's going on when we're on that football field is, remember, you've got at least 22, 24 little eyes that are watching every move that you make because you're their coach. I've been on that sideline. I've been that coach. I've had that mother that comes up to me and says, little Johnny's not doing his homework. Can you help me? And what do we as coaches do? We help. We do something to inspire that kid to do the right thing. But yeah, we're going to turn around and on that Saturday go out there and do the exact opposite. We're going to do exactly what we try to tell that child not to do. So I don't know what the answer is. I think adults have got to learn to control themselves. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Control yourself. As for coaching staff being, I think I've been wanting to have a talk with that organizational president and say, what's going on with that squad of yours? Why can't you control your coaching staff? I think some further discussions need to be had. All right, so let's take a look at the rookie division. As no one's going to call in and be a part of the conversation there. 979-353-4421. So we'll move on. Rookie division. We've got 12 teams so far that have qualified. Those that are not in the qualification that may still have a shot, they're at 3-2 right now. That's the RGV Javelinas, the Judson Junior Rockets, the Mission Mustangs, and the Junior Falcons. Teams that have made it. They're in the Spring Bowl. At number 12, it's the Junior Broncos at 3-1-1. At number 11, it's the Southwest Houston Junior Marlins at 4-1. At the number 10 spot, San Antonio Predators at 4-1. Also at 4-1, the Texas Giants in the number 9 spot. Number 8, PSJ Wildcats at 4-1. Harlingen Cardinals at number 7. Southeast Texas Oilers at 5-1, sitting at number 6 position. Your top 5, Tri-County Titans at 4-0-1. Ruthless Wolfpack at number 4 at 5-0, undefeated. Number 3, 5-0, Junior Brahmas. 5-0 are the Houston Seahawks at number 2. The number 1 team in rookies is the 5-0 San Antonio Junior Hurricanes. Hurricanes putting it on in the spring. Take a look at the junior level. 9 teams have qualified, but 2 of them will not be participating in the Spring Bowl. So we give the ones that still have a shot at 3-2. They're sitting at number 12 position, the Texas Spartans at 3-2, the Tri-County Titans at 11, and the number 10 is the San Antonio Junior Mustangs at 3-2. At 4-1 in the number 9 spot is the Junior Brahmas. They've chosen not to participate in the Spring Bowl. Southwest Houston Junior Marlins, number 8 position at 4-1, choosing not to participate in the Spring Bowl.